All right, everyone, you're tuning into NDJamz Radio. It's your host, Shadow. But today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to go on a personal level today. I am bringing you, or we are bringing you as an NDJamz family, a new, amazing artist. I'm not going to tell you everything about him right now. He's going to introduce himself, and he's going to bring you a little surprise real quick. But I have with me on the air Miss Julie. Julie, want to say hello to everybody real quick?
Hi, the listeners out there from Melbourne, Australia. Just thought I'd say, come in and say hello.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Hope you're enjoying the night.
That's right, folks. For those of you who are listening in the daytime, evening, afternoon, whatever the case may be, it is nighttime for her. What time is it there? What chance?
It's 2 a.m. actually, so it's a little bit of a 2:07 actually.
Okay, that's true dedication to the music. So, folks, for those who are not aware, Miss Julie is our international acquisition of talent. Basically, that means this. She started off in Australia of just reaching out to different artists across the globe or in Australia, but now she expanded across the globe. So if you are an artist and you're interested about being on NDJamz Radio in a unique opportunity that we're going to be providing, reach out to Miss Julie, touch base with her, let her know who you are, submit your music, whatever the case may be. We do have a contact for her on the link on the site. Go to the site and you get more information about what's coming up, things that will be happening, and ideas that will be planned for us, for the future, for your listening pleasure. Now, today, we're going to do something unique. We are bringing you an amazing artist, like I said before, by the name of Rodney Hubbard. Now, before we get into a discussion with Rodney, let's do something a little different. Let's let Rodney introduce himself in a special way by bringing us a song. So Rodney, if you don't mind, take us away with the song and just tell us real quick the name of the song you're going to be playing.
Yeah, my name is Rodney Hubbard. The song is called Have a Heart. Have a heart, oh my darling, ooh. Have a heart, oh my darling. Have a heart, oh my, oh have a heart. Ooh, have a heart. Currently, I live subsided, blinded by your love, face down in deceit and deception, so far beneath it all. I can't begin to see the raw truth and reality. Hurts me to see your face, even hear your voice. With just one touch from your hand, one sweet kiss from your lips, sends it into complete utopia, blinding me, blinding me, oh blinding me. Yeah. Do 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 oh, hurts me to see your face, even hear your voice. Just one touch from your hand, one sweet kiss from your lips, sends me into complete utopia, blinding me, blinding me, blinding me, oh, have a heart, oh my darling, oh, have a heart, oh my darling.
Now, that was
Yes,
Have a
sir.
Heart.
Yes, have a heart.
All right, good, good. Now, Rodney, let's just jump into it real quick. But before we continue, we want to wish all the listeners out there a happy new year from all of us here. We hope this
Happy New
year is
Year.
very prosperous and brings you peace and joy and connections to family and friends, and increases your outlook on life in a positive way, because we have had an amazing year, folks. But Rodney here is going to enlighten today, tomorrow, and into the year for you with some unique styles. Now, Rodney, just tell us a little bit about yourself, and I'm really kind of interested. What genre of music are you in?
Well, I grew up, I'm an Army brat, so I grew up all over the world, and I was able to, because of my dad's interest in music, I listened to a lot of, jazz, like Dave Brubeck, Thelonious Monk, Art Blakey, Miles Davis, as a child, as a 5-6-year-old kid, and then going through the eras of the Beatles, Motown, and then the later counterculture music with the Byrds, Joni Mitchell, James Taylor, and Marvin Gaye, and then into Steely Dan. So I've taken all that music and just kind of like put it in a bag, and I shook the bag up, and that's what it's pretty much what you got, So it's good stuff. It's if you listen to the music, like for instance, if you listen to like just the guitar stylings are like, and then I went to Brazil. I've been to Brazil 3 times, and there's like like the bossa type of stylings and things like that. So I've been able to mix all that into what I do musically.
Wow, that is awesome. Now,
Yeah.
Now, how did you get started? Were you just like a lot of people get started? Maybe they were performing at a show, or someone heard them in church or something like that. Did you just actually say, "Hey, I'm just going to record myself, throw it out here, and see what happens"? Or
Well, my mom and dad basically said to the kids, "You guys are going to you're going to learn music," because my mom and dad are both amazing singers, and so we started by first of all taking piano lessons. Then I took, when I was like 8 years old, and then I took guitar lessons. I started playing guitar when I was like 11, 12, and then I took classical voice lessons when I was 15 to 18. So I was singing a lot of just really like operatic classical music. But then I went to college, went through the Marine Corps. I've always been a musician, you know what I mean? Got out of the Marine Corps, started playing in bands again, because I was in a band when I was like 14, 15 years old. But I really started by the time I was like, in the late about 2003, 2004, I really started playing and recording. So for the last, I would say from 2004 until 2016, I played pretty close to 2 to 3 times a week, every week for like almost 12 years. So, you get on stage, you get your chops down, you get your singing chops down. I was in the studio a lot, did a lot of studio work for not only just myself, but for other people. So, and I'd been doing that since the 90s. I've been doing studio work since the 90s because our entire production company moved from Washington, D.C. to L.A. in 1992. So we were writing a lot of pop music, and then we all kind of split up. But no, the real, I would say gist of my music started in about 2004, and that's when I really started getting in the studio and recording and putting stuff out there.
Wow, that's that's a nice long track there. But
Yeah.
you said something pop.
Pop music, yeah. We were writing songs, just generally, just really like straight pop music. Like, I can't even remember some of the songs, but they were amazing. Me and my co-songwriter buddy Mark Levy and I were writing a lot of stuff like that, but that's not really my calling. I've always been a little bit more eclectic in the way I write, I've always been like, somewhere between Marvin Gaye and Joni Mitchell, Steely Dan, with the words and, and the music and the soul, the amount of passion and that comes into the music. So, yeah.
That's good. Wow, that's very unique.
Yeah.
Now, so you say you were in a band also?
Right.
Did you ever go on tour?
Oh yeah. We toured all over. We went from here all the way up to Vancouver and back, and just played all over San Diego, played all over LA, but most of the time we were a San Diego based band, and we put our music out there online, so we had a pretty big following online. When MySpace had just come out, we had like 40,000 hits, or more than that. I can't even remember, but it was pretty amazing. But now it's just I'm starting. I would say over the last 3 years, I've kind of like I've kind of been out of it, but now I'm getting back into it again. So this is definitely going to help the situation by, putting myself out there again.
Well, that's good. And that's the key thing. A lot of artists, when things happen in their life, they kind of drift away from the music aspect. And that's
right.
Hey, things happen in your life. But it's just in your core. And it's something that just keeps pulling you back. It's like your own form of, I guess, therapy.
Yes.
So,
yes.
So what do you like most about the music aspect? Is it the writing? Is it the playing? Is it the combination? Because some artists actually I can't stand writing, but I love the playing. I love the stage, and others can't stand the stage, but they love putting together the music and collaboration. So what would be your favorite part of it?
I have always drifted towards, I'm a singer-songwriter. So the last show I did was I think it was last August. And but what I love to do, what I love doing is writing, and I love playing. I love playing on stage. I love the stage. But writing a song is, like for instance, you could just go here I am, sitting in front of you right now, having fun. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but one thing I know, I'm gonna have a blast. I'm gonna have a blast. We're writing songs. you know, I can do that like all day long, you know.
Folks, we're getting impromptu concert here.
You know, so
amazing, and that's the key thing about a difference between a musician and an artist, because some can just go at a moment's notice, and others need a moment of preparation. And Rodney, you've
right.
definitely proven just this quick. You're ready to go at a moment's notice.
Yeah, yep.
Now let's kind of get into the meat of some things.
Okay.
All right. Now you have some CDs out. So
right.
You want to tell us a little bit about the CDs so people actually, when they start going online, you know, just tell them, hey, here's what you look for, and how can they find you online?
Yeah. So if you go to Bandcamp, my name's Rodney Bernard Hubbard. You can find my CD Critical, and it's a 5-song EP, and you can find it on Bandcamp. You can find it on distrokid.com. It's on all the platforms out there, you know, so you can find it anywhere online. So Bandcamp, DistroKid, and CD Baby. You can find all my music, and you know, if you want to buy it, if you want to buy the CD, that's great. If you want to buy it digitally, that's great too. But it's all there for sure.
Awesome. Now you got a couple of songs. I mean, now folks, I've listened to his music and I enjoy it, but there is one song that is kind of a favorite for me that I do not think is on your Critical CD, and it's called Houston.
Oh, okay.
That is, folks, you got to hear this song.
See if I can get through this here.
Oh, impromptu. That's how it rolls with NDJamz Radio.
Living on the streets of Houston, hot as it could ever be. Misty skies and dark storms, my love holds the other key. I look above for all the answers. Loneliness won't let me be. I'm in the far left corner. Something's coming over me. Far left corner. Sweet cause of mystery. Now I found a place to settle down. Put a smile back on your face. I'm not leaving, I'm not leaving. You're about to leave this place. Whoa! Streets of Houston. Well. Streets of Houston. Do 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 living on the streets of Houston, hot as it could ever be. Mr. Skies and dark and storms, my love holds the other key. My love holds the other key. Streets of Houston. Streets of Houston. Well.
Wow. Folks, I'm sitting up in here dancing in the studio, almost forgetting it on the air. So I'm telling you, it's amazing. Now, Rodney, let's dig a little bit deeper now. Now, you know, a lot of times people listen to artists and they get the concept of the fame and the glory.
Mm-hmm.
has it always been that way for you? Have you encountered situations that have, been less than favorable in your experiences within the industry or in life itself that may have changed your path?
I think that so I moved to LA. I was doing the LA thing, and I found an agent. His name's Thomas Rome, and he was Grammy Award-winning agent. And went to New York, played at CBGB's, got a production contract with Columbia Records, and then I got married, and and my ex-wife, my wife at the time, kind of freaked out. So I said, I'll put it on hold for a year. And sometimes, you can't get back to it.
Right.
So it's like, some, 20 years later, it seems, that was 1990, 94, 93, 94. So yeah, like 20 years later, here I am, trying to do it again, but I never stopped, I never stopped writing. I never stopped playing. I never stopped, because in my soul, I'm a musician, I'm a writer. I'm a songwriter. I'm a singer. And, that's what I do better to me than anything else that I do in my life.
Well, that's good. That's
so.
the amazing part. Like you said, you are a singer-songwriter in your soul. Now, I'm going to touch a little bit of the subject, and folks, we're going to tread carefully if you're comfortable with this. You've made it public about a physical struggle that you've been dealing with.
Yeah.
And, how has that, if you don't mind telling the listeners, what you've dealt with, the recent outcomes, and how it impacted you as far as maybe even your thought process on the music that you may write?
Well, yeah, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer in February of just this last year, and I I decided, let's just go full throttle, because now it's undetectable, because I went on a plant-based diet, and I had to change my way, the way I ate. I lost 40 pounds, went from 246 to 206, and but I started doing like live Facebook shows, and I just started playing more, and I've always been an optimist. You know what I mean? I come from an amazing family. My brother's a doctor. He's a PA. My mom's a retired nurse. My dad, he was a doctor. I just, and I'm the musician. I'm the artist. I'm the one who, I'm that guy. You know what I mean? So, but, everyone in my family respects what I do. I've always been driven that way. I mean, I did the corporate thing. I worked for, big corps like AT&T, and I was in the Marine Corps for almost 7 years. I was a reconnaissance Marine. So, I know what's out there, and music to me, if we can't as humans understand that music totally brings people together, I mean, it's a blessing to be able to do what I do, and I know that it's a blessing to be able. So as long as I'm alive, that's what I'm going to be doing from here on out.
Wow, that is truly a unique tale of courage and diet and transition and everything, and now it's undetectable. So
yeah, folks,
not only have you got a free mini concert, but you also have some diet tips for you. So let's try to utilize these things and really look at the core of what it is. It's about transition, because as we've all heard Rodney's story so far, he went from one level to another, and he's still transitioning. So let this be a tale of you for those of you out there who are really wondering, can I do it? Should I do it? Rodney's showing you it can be done. You just sit there and dedicate and commit to it. Now, I gotta ask Rodney, of all your songs, this is kind of a cliche, a standard question I think a lot of artists hear, but your music is so varied. It doesn't always seem to have the same flow or style or tempo, which is great. But what piece would you consider would have been your hardest to actually create?
Oh, there are a couple songs. I mean, I haven't played them in a while. Like this one, like see if I could even do it. Like, hold on. It could cost a million smiles. I must be in debt. Precious petal of my heart. Love do I regret. That one, and that's called Save a Smile.
Save a Smile. Wow. That seemed like it just flowed when you heard it, though. And that
yeah,
was
but
the hardest.
well, yeah, but when I get into the meat of it, that's why I didn't play the whole thing. Because here's another one. See, scaling the walls over there, in the clearing stood the mysteries time could not betray. In the city where the angels fall, I watch as all the children crawl, darkness of the evening shade. In the holy walls there were compassionate ones, awake at night creating their dreams. In Babylon, love's come undone, in the solitude of mercy, rushing out of penalties. Watching as the late nights glow. Call me, yeah, underneath the blue skies and snow. So he goes, call me in the morning, baby, when you're full of desire. Heart is on fire, call me when you're fast asleep. When you're running deep, when you wanna weep, all you have to do is call. Call me when you wanna know. The love that you show is a gold. Call me, oh baby. All you gotta do is call. Call me when you wanna know. Call me when the streets have nothing to show. Call me when you're all alone. Honey, don't you know? Oh, oh,
All right.
So
that's a true rock right there.
yeah. And the name of that song is Call.
Call. All right.
Yeah.
This off the Critical album?
No, that was on. You can go to. Oh my God. What is it? You can find that on. That's off. It's off of. I was in a band called Ghetto Sage, and that was recorded. And you played it on the it's on the music that's going to be online that's going to be on YouTube, so they'll be able to hear it. So, but it was on the Ghetto Sage album, and a bunch of great musicians on that song, man. We've got really good horns, two sax, Jesse and Shannon Bates. We've got David Harris on guitar, Jake Bankhead. And on bass, Darnell was the producer and the drummer, An amazing song. I wrote it, wrote the music, wrote the lyrics.
Wow.
So,
It's truly amazing. And but my question is, how many bands have you been with?
I started out, I met David Harris about 20 years ago when I first got to San Diego. And then I ran into Jake Bankhead and a couple other guys. We were in a band called the Bankhead Press. We were together for about 3 years. And then we broke up. And then I was in a band called, well, just before that, I was in Ghetto Sage for about a good 6 months. And then that turned into the Bankhead Press. And then I was in Pan Am for literally from 2008 to 2015 for, no, I'd say 2009, 2010 to 2015. And then I just, we played all over San Diego. And then I've just been, from 2015, 2016, really, I've just been writing a lot. And pretty much, you know, playing like little venues, but nothing huge. But now it's time to get out there again.
Yes, I
Yeah.
do not blame you. I'm going to throw a little monkey wrench in the plan here.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you who have been wondering, Miss Julie is actually the young lady who introduced Rodney to us. So she has really been essential in bringing individuals to us. And Rodney, like I said, you're an amazing, gifted person. And Miss Julie, I just want to be, in all fairness, give you an opportunity. Is there anything you'd like to ask Rodney for the listeners as well?
I guess one question, do you find that some of your major breakups in life like a really good source of, inspiration for a lot of your songs? Or do you find other subjects more of a focus? What's your feeling on that?
That's a great question. So for me, when I lived in, when I first got to LA, realizing what LA was, it was more of a spectacle for me. LA was just like this huge, something I'd never seen before. And that's what I wrote about, you know. And it was, you know, there's a song called, you see here. A friend of mine. Hold on, let me write. Song's called Black Flower Child. And the words are, a friend of mine fell in the pit of my heart, full blown and condescending. Tried to write but couldn't start. But anyways. A friend of mine fell in the pit of my heart, full blown and condescending. Tried to write but couldn't start. A sinful thoughtless shove sent me naked through the wall. Uncommon as it may seem, I was the only one left to call. Blocked up seas, paradise, ooh, a place to rest. Proudly moist, Trojan's nest. Can I speak to you once again, black flower child, yeah? Will you be there in the end when things have gone wild? Will you be there like a friend, black flower child, yeah? Will you be there in the end when things have gone wild? You know, I mean, and the reason I sing this song is because LA, you know, will you be there in the end? when things have gone well, we be like a friend, Black Flower Child. It's like, it's LA at the time was apocalyptic. You had the fires, you had O.J. Simpson, you had the Menendez brothers, you had the Northridge earthquake, you had all this crazy stuff going on at the time. You had I got there in '92, so Orange County had just gone bankrupt, but on the music scene, it was like grunge had just come into focus. Snoop and Dr. Dre had just dropped The Chronic. That album had just come out. So there was all this stuff going on. So my surroundings have definitely, purged my musical a bit, just my, what I feel musically. But then there are songs like Kentucky Dawn, which is about my ex-wife.
Oh.
Slowly as I walk in the midst of just one lifetime, through the rolling bluegrass lawns, I feel a lovely presence, warm around a summer flower. I could pick her out with ease. The morning comes, I feel the power like nature bears its seeds. In the sweetness of Kentucky dawn, in the sweetness of Kentucky dawn. So yeah, there's tons of things. I mean, like I said, I could write about anything. If you gave me a topic, I could write about it. I don't have. It's just whether it's country. I've been lucky enough to have been schooled in a lot of different types of music. Like my sister and I took classical piano, and then like I said, I grew up in a household that had a lot of jazz and a lot of soul flavorings, and then just on my own, just being a child of the counterculture music, whether it was Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, Joni Mitchell, the Byrds, to everything turn, or all the leaves are brown and the sky is gray. I went for a walk on a winter's day. I'd be safe and warm if I was in LA. California dreaming on such a winter's day. So, yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That took me by surprise there. So,
yeah.
You're singing multiple parts per se, because there's I think the Mamas and the Papas. It was 4 individuals singing, and you just with one. Yeah, thank you so much. I think Julie might have something else for you.
Yes,
Go for it.
Yes, I do. This one's for the female listeners out there.
Uh oh.
I was just curious. I'm sure a lot of the female listeners are, because they love your falsetto sounding voice. Have you ever had a song that you've written for a woman that's won her heart?
Oh, oh, that's a great question.
Too.
Sorry, I asked that question before you, Marvin.
I gotta say I haven't. I've just, this song, like, son of a gun. Let me see. Son of a gun, I knew you were the one. Bought the wrong exchange rate, baby. Now that I know you're still on the run, caught up in your game. Must have been the same game after all. Caught up in a labor of love. Got to first base and had to crawl. Threw it up against the wall. I know you're caught in a game. Oh, how does it feel? Is it the same? Is it a game for you? I wanna know, how does it feel? Oh, is it a game? Is it the same for you? Once upon a time, may I explain? I came across your weather, baby, and I feel your pain. You tingle when you're talked about, quit when you're unable. Talk about the art of love as if it were a fable. Well, yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's definitely, you might quickly increase your young lady's fan base, Rodney. Well,
I think he provides comfort for both ends of the relationship spectrum, whether it be
Yeah.
a breakup or a romantic dinner date. I think he covers both.
I try.
Now, I will admit this. Black Fire Child is actually on my MP3 in my vehicle.
Right.
And it's not to discredit anything else, folks, but we all have our own personal favorites of any artist out there. But that is, and along with the actual title song to your album, Critical, that's on my MP3 as well. So, I mean, it is truly, truly amazing. And Rodney, we are coming to the conclusion of our show today, and I thank you so much for your time. But I want to throw this out there.
Sure.
Any producers, filmmakers, anybody out there looking for that new, fresh sound of an experienced artist out here who can blend, who can sew, who can tighten up that little piece that you just can't find, please look Rodney up. Rodney Hubbard. You can either look him up through us here at NDJamz Radio, go to the site. You can also look him up on his own personal information. Within just a moment, I'm going to ask him to replay it. I mean, not replay it, but to tell everyone again how to reach out to him. Look, he's also going to be on YouTube. This will be on YouTube as well as our site. And remember, at NDJamz Radio, this is an opportunity for you to hear the very best coming out, who have been out before, but now they're coming back, bringing the music into the core, okay? So remember, if you are looking for that sound, do not overlook this talented individual right here, Mr. Rodney Hubbard. All right, Rodney, would you like to take us out on a song, if you don't mind, and then we'll come to the final words?
Sure. The song's called International Man. He heard the call 1,000 years ago. One true confession, now he's modern Joe. Defended by the fire, finger lines, true desire. Defended by the spoil, thin gray line and blood red oil. International plan for the international man. Smooth stones, cigarettes, are all he demands. Oh, international plan for the international man. Smooth stones, cigarettes, are all that he demands. International plan for the international man. Smooth stones and cigarettes are all that he demands. Oh, well, well. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
All right, folks, that was International Man with an International Plan. You are on the air with your host today, Shadow. I have been blessed with the unexpected co-host of Miss Julie, who also goes by a DJ name of Raven. All right, folks, our guest today, Mr. Rodney Hubbard. Please reach out to him. Sit there, take a moment, go to his site is rodneyhubbardbandcamp.com. Am I correct?
Yes.
All right, go there. Reach out to him. Drop him an email. Do you want to give us an email for your fans, listeners?
Yeah, it's if you want, you could just go rodneybhubbard@gmail.com, and you can also look me up on Google, Rodney Bernard Hubbard Critical, the name of the album, and you can go to SoundCloud and just look up Rodney Hubbard, and you can find all my music there as well.
Awesome, awesome. And Miss Julie, would you like any final words?
Yes, I just want to say thank you to all the listeners out there, and please support us. We really work hard at bringing the best quality artists who have true artistry, and we really want to encourage artists to, think of us like a radio family and feel comfortable, putting their music up and getting it out there for people to listen to and just growing from that. And thank you, Rodney, for coming in today.
You're welcome.
I've really enjoyed the session. I always enjoy you playing.
Thank you so much.
Well, folks, you're tuning in again to NDJamz Radio, your first-class indie music station, and we're bringing you 50 Shades of Music. That's right, 50 Shades of Music. Now, real quick, be on the lookout. Go to the site. We're going to be having some unique things happening this year. We're turning the tides. We're going to ride a tsunami of opportunities for artists. We're going to create great things for the listeners. And we're going to get you opportunities to not only just hear the artists, but actually connect in a physical way. That's you got to stay tuned for that, okay? So we want to thank you all for tuning in today. We wish you all a wonderful, blessed, and safe new year that will be prosperous, peaceful, and full of NDJamz Radio. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.